Okay, well, it's been a little while since we got the 6.0.0 update, the 5th anniversary update, which, you expect something huge and grandiose, but we didn't quite get that, but that's another story. We'll come back around to that one. But with this, we got two new heroes, Yelena, and Red Guardian, and they're both pretty cool. I haven't gotten Yolanda up yet. Sort of waiting for the 6-star mega ticket, but she looks pretty awesome. I mean, look at that. That's a cool uniform. And Red Guardians as well is also pretty awesome too. I'm liking it. The default uniforms I like a lot better. They look more comic booky, and I like that more in the MCU. Maybe I'm just weird, but I like comics for comics, not so much the realism. So whatever. Yeah. So those two characters both look pretty cool. We only got two new ones, which I'm okay with. There's less time for me to grind. So we also got 3 new uniforms. We got one for Red Guardian, which, like I said, is kind of, I don't like it much, but it doesn't look bad. It's basically Captain America but red. And what's her face here? Oh, right the end. Yelena? Is it Yelena or Yolanda? Yelena. And her uniform too. Yeah, it looks okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but the more comic booky version I like better. So, yeah, that's the as far as characters go. That's what we got that was new. We also got a Taskmaster uniform. Again, I don't really like the looks. There's nothing wrong with it. I just prefer the comic booky one better. Um, Again, that's just my taste. There's nothing wrong if you like it or not, but his bonus is just amazing. His uniform bonus, that's the only reason why I got it, is because of it's basically a fill buff, So, well, without the crit. But it's a support character buff. It makes this uniform is required for whatever. If you buy nothing else, this is what you buy. So, yeah, that's that. What else do I got here? Where my notes go? Yeah, the uniforms. Black Widow's T3. I haven't gotten her yet, but it does look like it's much better. I don't have her uniform yet. I heard that's a big improvement as well. Like I said, I haven't used it, so I can't say for sure, but just looking at the bonuses and the new skills, it looks pretty amazing. And the uniform, this one actually looks pretty good. I like it much better than this one. And that one. And this one. And that one. And this one. I do kind of like this one. It's just different. And I like her default one too. It's just simple comic booky looking. But anyway, yeah, her T3 it looks pretty amazing. But I really can't comment on it because I don't have it. But it does look pretty good. So if you're going to T3 somebody and you got the speed books and you have like Deadpool already and stuff, seems to be a really good option. Okay, what else did we get? The Future Pass. That's what we got. The Future Pass. I actually kind of like this. It's not too bad. The free one, because you got the free basic pass. That's pretty good. You get all this. If you get to level 50, which looks like it's going to be really easy. See, I'm on 24, and I still got 20 days left, so it should be pretty easy to do if you play nearly every day. In the free one, you get a bunch of decent stuff. Great for new players. Really good for new players. And then you get the 6-star selector, which it's not all that exciting for a lot of us that have been around for a little while, but if you're a new player, that'll really get you going. And then the $10 upgrade, the what is it, gold or bronze or something, legendary. You get a lot better stuff. You get the Waking crystals, you get the Mandalay crystals, you get crystals, the game crystals. You get a fair amount of them. You get the Professor X icon, whatever. cosmic cube, more crystals, more gold, all the way up, and then you get the mega rank up ticket, and that's almost priceless, really. Well, it's not, but it's very useful. It's more useful than a lot of items. This will take your premium character up to 6-star, and if you bought the pack to unlock her to begin with, you have 30 days to get all the bios to get her to T2. You don't have to use a mega rank up to mega T2 ticket. So, yeah, that's where that's really good. Let's see what else. This one's another $30. So you got $10 for the legendary, and you got like $30 for the mythic. And yeah, the rewards are better. They are much better actually. And at the end, you get a mega T2 ticket. Yeah, that's pretty good. And it's if you're going to buy a mega T2 ticket anyway, do this. But if you are not, unless you want it right now, I mean, if you want anything right now, you pretty much need to buy it from the store. But if you get all the way up to 50 in the basic, and you want a mega 6-star and a mega T2 ticket, this is the cheapest way to get those. You get all three of them by buying the mythic in a total of $40. So where if you're buying just a mega T2 ticket, I think that's like $60 or $70 US. I guess we can look. It's right here. I think if it's still in here. Let's see. Yeah, T2 advancement. Oh, go back. Too far. Mega T2. Where were you? Yeah, the Mega T2 is $79. Yeah, you don't get the you get these automatically and the crystals, right? Which is a good amount of crystals, but for $40 for half the price almost, you can get this stuff, except for the Mega Mastery. You can get that plus all these stuff in the Future Pass, all these other items. So you have to decide whether the crystals or all these other items are more valuable to you. I would say this, because you get some crystals back. You get 250 there, you get 150 there. I think there's a 250 there. I think there's another 150. So you get 800 crystals still. Plus you get this bios, and then you get the Mandalay crystals, and you get the gold, which whatever, gold's not too hard to come by now. The Cosmic Cube fragments. You get all this stuff, and to me, that would probably be more valuable than the 5,000 crystals. But I'm not going to get that. I don't suggest really anyone gets it unless they're really trying to catch up. So that's up to you. But if you're going to spend $10 in a game, I would say beyond, not including the subscriptions, they're probably the most valuable. But not including the subscriptions, if you're going to spend $10, this is a good place to put it. Is what it boils down to. There might be better places for you, but if you're already near 50 or at 50, getting this will unlock all this stuff for you. So I'm told. So that's good. Yeah. So anyway, the Future Pass, even if you don't buy a thing, which is just fine, you don't have to buy this. It's still free. It's pretty good rewards, So there's that. I kind of like it. I might buy the $10 thing if I continue playing after my subscription's up, which I haven't decided yet. So, yeah. Shield support is a waste of time. Yeah, they made some upgrades to it. The only upgrade that really matters to me is the Shadowland autoplay thing, and that's crap. So, not worth doing it. The Dimension mission. A lot of people are crying about it. A lot of people are loving it. Well, less people are loving it, I should say. I'm just sort of meh. The first day I did it, I got a lot of 5-star chaos or chaotic. I did. I got I think I ran 30 runs or something like that. I can't remember, but I had 10 of these in there, plus a handful of other ones, and that was just a chaotic. I didn't even look at the other ones, so I got a lot of them. But other people in my lines, they didn't get any, or if they did, they didn't notice. So yeah, there's that. I mean, it's total RNG. I got lucky that day. After that, I've been less lucky. And I still get maybe one or two, but I only run 10 runs now. just because, why bother? So the rewards are better, but it's still all RNG. So yeah, it looks like it does cost a little bit more energy, from what I'm told. But I mean, look at my energy; I don't notice. So if it is, that might be a detriment to you. Well, I guess we can go back to 10 and look. Yeah, it's 2 more energy per run with slightly better, well, a chance for a lot better rewards, but slightly better rewards. So, in my opinion, if your agent levels like over 100, 110, 120, or something like that, I would just go ahead and do the 15, unless you're short on energy. I mean, if you're like me, just run whatever's max. But if you're less, then maybe just run your, for your gold or whatever. So yeah, it's a give take. If you get lucky on RNG, it's good. If you don't, then well, you're screwed. And then this thing over here, the support character thing. This was here before, but it's basically worthless. Don't re-roll anything unless you're really desperate for the premium character. I haven't gotten one yet, so I wouldn't bother with that. But that's old update. Let's see what's next. The T3 and autoplay. I'm not going to run it now, but there's an option now in, if you're auto running something, you can hit the gear or whatever it is to get to where the settings would be, and then down at the bottom is like a little switch that turns off if your characters use your T3 ability. Not using it will speed up your run. Period. So if you're trying to run fast, then turn that off. But if you need a T3 to finish it, then leave it on. It's that simple. Faster without, but if you're too low level to complete it without it, then leave it on. Simple. I like it, but I just hit the clear tickets. I don't really play anything. I really don't know why I still play this game. Sometimes it just plays itself. Rewards in Shadowlands, I haven't run it yet. I'm maybe doing a live, half an hour live stream here in a little bit of doing some above 30. I haven't decided yet. Hopefully I have the time. But I'm told it's not worthless. They took out some of the crap stuff and increased the drop rate of the good stuff, but that good stuff is pretty much near impossible to get. But overall, of all the drops, it should be, I think they said, like twice as good as it was before. So twice as good as nothing is still nothing. So I think what was like 0.5% for a CTP, and it was usually a bad CTP or something like that. Now it's maybe 0.75% or something along those lines. So they increased it, but it's so little that it doesn't matter. I mean, don't even think about getting the CTP, but if you do, congratulations. The ABX bonus rewards, thumbs up. I like them. They're not like, they're not giving CTPs. They're not going to give you a CTP every day if you're getting 5 million points or whatever. That's just ridiculous. Everybody would get CTPs every week, at least once. Well, I'm sorry, new players probably won't, but players that have pretty good built Lunas and good leadership and everything, we're going to get a CTP every week if that was the case, and that's ridiculous. It's just taking the power creep. It's separating the new players and the veterans by a large amount. So the veterans would just go way up, compared to the new players who, might not have Luna or something to get 7 million points a week. So, but the rewards now, they're pretty good. You get more gold, you get, 6-star card, I think it is, or 5 6-star card, and a good gear chest. At worst it's good fodder, and that's pretty good for something you run every day. So I like that. It's good. I might actually start trying in ABX again. I quit trying a couple weeks ago, but this is a good reason for me to come back. The other thing that's amazing in ABX is that they added the retry feature. I haven't run AB yet today, so I can't show you, but I showed it in another video where once you play once with a team and you wanted to go back into it, the team's highlighted up on the top here, and it leaves that team selected. So you can, if you just about finished and you didn't get quite the score you wanted to, and you wanted to go back in, you just go back in, and your team's already selected. You can still change your team, but it's already selected in here for you, so you don't have to go scrolling through, which is not a big deal on fun most days. But like for example, here, if this was ABX and I wanted Fury or something, I'd have to scroll through all these different characters to find them, which is a pain. But now you only have to do that once per session. So if I were to select Fury, Luna, and Phil, they would all automatically be in there after my first try, right? And then I could just repeat that till I get the score I want. And then inside, well, we'll stick with the selection feature. Those selections will stay there until you exit out of the game. Once you come back into the game, that selection is gone. So you have to reselect them all again. And yeah, that kind of sucks. But really, if you're rerunning, you're probably not going to close the game. So yeah, it'd be nice if it kept it there through into your next session or through the next week. But there's really only one day it matters, and that's open day. So it's not a huge deal. It'll save me probably about 2 or 3 minutes a month, and that's amazing for me. I love it. I just get frustrated with myself because I can't find Fury or Phil. So, and that's just because of me. It's not because of the game. It's not because of the other players. I'm just a dumb animal. That's pretty much what it boils down to. So there's that. I love it. And inside of ABX2, if you're doing ABX and you know how sometimes like you switch to Captain Marvel or something and you go to hit your 5 skill and you hit 5 and then cancel right into 4. Well, sometimes maybe you 5 and 4 and it missed the 5 and you do that right away and you're like, oh, there goes that score, right? So, yeah, so now you can just hit the gear and then there's a retry option in there, and then you can just hit the retry and it reloads. It doesn't even back out of the alliance battle. It just gives you a loading screen, put your team back to the start, put the new timer, and you go just like you would loading up a new game. And that's great. I love that because it's often where I'm not really paying attention very good, and I start the match and then I look away and I come back. I'm like, oh, idiot. So yeah, that's good. It does cost you the 30,000 gold though. So if you're short on gold, still force closer and then come back in. Yeah, you'll have to select your team again, but again, that only matters on open day. So because the list is so short on every other day, it's easy to find everybody. And then also in that option too, I believe there's a quit. So if you're playing and you decide you just don't want to run it right now, you can hit the gear, then quit, and it'll take you back to the menu. So that's nice too. It saves you from force closing, and also makes it so you still pay your 30K in gold. So yeah, there's that. I'm loving the ABX changes. They're not perfect. I mean the difficulty thing needs changed a little bit. But these changes with the rewards and the retries, they're nice quality of life changes, and they did a really good job on that. Thanks, Netmarble. Let's see what's next. The Danger Room. They added a couple quality of life things to that. First, I don't think I can bring it up since I'm not going to play it. Yeah, but when you get into a lobby, I'm not going to join a lobby now, but when you get into the lobby, it'll give you a percentage on each one of these characters, and it'll be, I think it's in the top right hand or left hand corner. I believe it gives you a percentage on how many people are selecting them overall. So it gives early on, it doesn't do you much good, but after a day or two, you can see what the teams probably should be if you don't know. So like if Captain Marvel had 50% select rate for a team, then you know you probably want Captain Marvel somewhere on your team. Maybe leadership, maybe not, whatever. Also, when you're doing a character selection, it'll tell you up in the top left. Had to look at my L. The top left of the screen, it'll tell you what leadership will be used on the team. So you probably don't want to use Spider-Man's leadership for a Danger Room team. So you want to make sure you don't select that character first. Whereas Cyclops, his leadership is pretty decent, you know. So you might want him as the lead. I think Apocalypse's leadership is pretty good too. I don't remember off the top of my head. So you want somebody with a damage leadership, right? So that helps and lets you plan your lobbies better. I think that's all it changed for Danger Room. What else do we got? World Boss. They changed the strikers and they had that resistance in there. I know all you guys know it. I love it and hate it at the same time. I love it because they made it harder. I hate it because they made it harder. It's a love-hate. I do like a little bit more challenge. The problem with that is I don't like World Boss. So it's like I love that they made it harder, but I hate that I actually have to play. Before, with the strikers the way they were, you can just easy mode it and you can hit like 3 buttons, and depending on what floor you're on, you just instantly kill them and you move on and repeat. Like for stage 60 or something like that. But now, if you want to do stage 60, you have to plan and avoid obstacles and don't stand in the fire or poison or whatever it is. So that's nice. You have to pay attention to the mechanics. I like that. But I don't like World Boss, so I want to get through it as fast as I can. So instead of doing floor 60, 70 and struggling with it because the strikers are different now, I go back to 50. Even though I could do higher, I just go back to 50 because above that, the rewards are marginal. I mean, yeah, you get more experience and stuff, but it's just marginal for me. I'd rather get it done fast and get the little bit less rewards, and just not worry about it. So it's a love-hate. For me, anyway. I know a lot of people that hate it because they can't do, $4.99 now with their eyes closed. Whatever. Squad battle, rewards are better. Yeah, that's all there is to it. They tweak the rewards. It's better. I would like more, but it's good enough. It keeps, whenever they release something new, some new material you need to rank up your character, you're only going to get a little bit. Like way back in the day, in the olden days, we got the BAM and stuff, and they were pretty. You didn't get a lot of them in the World Boss. They had the Norn Stones. You didn't get a lot of those, and then you got through that, and then the T3s come out and the Cosmic Cube fragments. You didn't get very many of those. The books, whatever they're called, the Titan books. You didn't get very many of them. And then they increased the drop rates on those, and now we got the Awakening crystals. And you had to grind those up for the Awakening, and then they added on the Mandalay crystals to make that go a little bit slower. And I think they intended to go slow. They don't want people going from okay characters to godlike characters overnight, and that'll just further set the newer players back because they don't have the opportunity to get these crystals. At least now these new players can catch up and be competitive before the veterans are all the way, unless they're a whale, all the way out of their range. So I think that's how they meant it to work. The thing that sucks is they didn't release it that way. They didn't release the Awakening with the Mandalay crystals, and we had an established mechanic. You used the Awakening crystals, and then they changed it. That's the last update news. So we're gonna move on past that, and then go to the squad battle. It's better. I don't put much into awakening stuff, but once I get enough to awaken something, it'll go faster. So, thanks for increasing those rewards. I don't care. Good you did it. Doesn't affect me at all. The new card, the new Luna card. It's crap. I mean, I think it's good for new players, like brand new players. So if you're thinking about getting the game, get it now. Get it now so you can get this card. The cooldown is good. I mean, if you're a new player, you got to get that cooldown up. The dodge isn't bad. The options on this are not very good. You got both your physical and energy attack on the same one, and it's the first one. It's got an all attack on the second one, which is the one you want. It's got an ignore defense that you really want when you're a new character or a new player. And the last option is, crap. There's almost always one crap option. So for new players, it's decent. It's good. It'll give you a leg up on getting your cooldown. And then if you do get an attack and an all attack here, and preferably an ignore defense, then you're well on your way. This is a good card to have. But once, you're going to quickly, within 6 months, be replacing this card. So, yeah, there's that. And it is kind of cool looking. I really don't like Luna that much, her looks or anything, but it is a cool looking card. What's next? The icons. Oh gosh, the icons. Let's see. How do I get to the icons? So they added these special icons here. Yeah, they're kind of neat looking. We got the Apocalypse for free for a 7-day check-in. Whatever. I don't remember where. I think the Black Widow comes from the Legendary Battle. These two come from. I think they both come from the. I can't remember what it's called. The Battle Pass or whatever it's called. Future Pass. Pretty sure both those come from that. I have no idea where this comes from. Don't really care. Yeah, they look kind of neat. Don't get me wrong, but it was a total waste of resources. They could have done so much more with the 20 minutes that they put into this. Really. I mean, they look nice, but they didn't have to do much to do this, and I don't know. It's one of those things that it just seems worthless to me. Maybe it's because it's not Adam Warlock or Warpath. That's probably why it bothers me. So, but yeah, it's not a big deal. Take it or leave it. I would be just as fine. Another one of the biggest things that they added to the game, which was long overdue, is the inventory space. They added 100 to it, and that's flipping amazing. Should have been done a long time ago, or made another change to the inventory so that other stuff stacks. Like I can't think of one right now. Yeah, I can't think of one of the things I wanted to stack right now, but that was an issue. Or remove the biometrics by themselves from the inventory, or remove. There's something else that could have been removed. These tokens, especially the unspent ones. I got a bunch of them here. I'm collecting. Stuff like that, they could just remove from the inventory, not count towards your inventory. Because basically these tokens here, they're basically like gold, right? So why don't they just have it like under a currency inventory? Like I click it down there here, I can see how many dimension tokens I have. That sort of thing. Yeah, just one of those things. But they did increase the inventory. Hopefully it doesn't take them another couple years to increase it again. The more stuff they give us, the more characters they give us, the more farmable equipment they give us, the more inventory they should be stacking on. Maybe not all at once. Like if they give us, 5 items we need to grind, and we need to save in order to build up a character. They don't need to give us 100 inventory slots. You get maybe 3 or 4 of those things where we have to, put all the stuff in our inventory, then give us throw us a bone. Doesn't have to be 150, 25 even, but whatever they got, whatever, they can give us a little bit more. Now when you upgrade a CTP, I think I got some fodder here, so I can do that. Now when you upgrade a CTP, I think they lowered the RNG rate on these because I can't get a good rage roll. I've done a lot of them, and I can't get a good one. But anyway, let me find a good fodder one here. Do I have one? Yeah, there we go. There's a good one. So now when you upgrade your CTP, so I'll make sure I got the right one. No, I don't. Let's get that back over here. So now when you upgrade your CTP, just double checking I don't use the wrong one. You changed the option. You got what it was, what it changed to, which is incredibly much worse than what I had before. And then in the other side, on the far right, it tells you the max it can be. So, like in this case, this 0.5% is quite a bit lower than the maximum 0.9. And the ignore boss, all that, it's really low. So now it tells me what I gotta shoot for, which is a nice thing because I'd be like, oh, what was the rage's maximum? And I'd have to go look it up, This saves everybody a little bit of time. It's a nice quality of life feature. Thanks. I like that. Type enhancement tickets. I haven't looked at these because there's no reason to look at them anymore. It's too late. That marble, you're really late on that. I haven't actually looked to see if I could find one or if anyone had one yet, or even if they're available at all. But they said they're adding them. Maybe they meant, I know they got potential tickets now from the last update. And the type enhancement tickets, when I first heard about them, I was like, yay, I could get my Thanos to 6. Or yay, or no, not my Thanos, my Spider-Man to 6, so I can buy the Spider-Man legendary pack and get that free rage. Yay! Well, it doesn't matter. They added these too late. If they would have added them before, then I would have bought them to get my Spider-Man to 6, so I can get that free rage. Well, free. Bought the legendary pack and then got the rage. Because that's just the cheapest way to get a rage, unless you get lucky on RNG. So, yeah, I would have bought that. But the other change they made is they changed the reward system for Legendary Battle. So now you don't need a 6-star Spider-Man. You need a stage 6 Spider-Man. You now need a stage 3 Spider-Man. So obviously I had a rank 3. I think he's rank 5, and I kept trying to get 6 and kept failing. Him and Thanos both. They were on 4 or 5 trying to get to the next one, and I just couldn't get it. And eventually, really, honestly, I quit. Then I heard the tickets were coming, so I'm like, okay, I'll get the tickets. Turns out I didn't need to do either. And I wasted all that time grinding raid. Well, not all that time. I didn't do it a lot, but a lot as most people do. But when I did, I wasted that time. There was no reason for me to do that anymore. Then there's no reason for me to ever do it again. Unless they change the rewards. I mean, the CTPs drop so rarely that it doesn't matter. So, yeah, there's no more reason to do until once you get 3-star or rank 3 on Spider-Man and Thanos, I believe, are both the same. Yep, once you get stage 3 on them too, you did done. Don't even bother. So, yeah, that's another love-hate thing. Love it because I got the rages. I hate it because I wasted all that time. And I hate it because it's easier now. I still would like the grind, but I hate the failing on the enhancement. So I would have preferred just take out the failing on the enhancement rank up. You still have to grind all that. Good. Keeps people from getting so many rages and power creep. But it's still a lot easier than it was. So that's just what I think. I like that I got my rages. I'm not complaining. It's just one of those things, though, that making it almost too easy. It's like they're dumbing down the game or something, you know. And that's pretty much it. Overall, I like the update. It's good stuff. Some of the specials they're doing right now, pretty decent. You know, they give you the free T3 ticket for a limited amount of characters. Or not ticket, it's a selector. And really veteran players, they have all the good ones out of there. You know what? I'm gonna save that for a different video because it's a unpopular opinion, meaning everyone likes to not like the people who have this opinion. So, but the update overall, pretty good. It's really underwhelming for a 5th anniversary update. So I'm hoping at the end of the month, I guess this month is over, or at the beginning of next month, they put out another update that adds value. I mean, we're not really spending anything to get this stuff that they're giving us, but for a 5th anniversary update for a milestone of 5 years, this is depressing. I mean, if it was me, I would have done something totally different and then save Black Widow for when Black Widow comes out now. But they probably didn't have anything in the pipeline because they had already, you know, the whole stuff that's going on now. They were prepping Black Widow for release. Black Widow. So that's not really their fault, but something better. I mean, for a 5th anniversary, for a regular update, good. For 5th anniversary update, they should have done so much better. The specials they're running add some value to that, granted, but whatever. We'll come back to that. So Netmarble, good job on this one. Overall, pretty happy with it. Like I said, there's a few little different things, but it doesn't change the game enough for me to have to change everything I do. World boss is probably the only thing that makes me change, right? And then everything else is optional. So if I want to keep playing the game the way I've been playing it, I don't have to change anything. But if there's, you know, any of these little things, then I can do them and have better quality of life. So, and the Taskmaster uniform is just amazing. So, yeah, that's it. If you like my rambling, like it, subscribe it. I'm working on a goal to get to, you can see I'm looking at my recording screen over here, pointing at it like you know what I'm doing. My subscriber goal is 500. It's just a random goal I picked out. So yeah, that's that. I just like to get back to 500 again. So yeah, like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff if you want to. If you don't, then downvote and don't share and cuss me out in the comments. I'm good with that too. That just means I know somebody's watching. All right. Well, hopefully I'll see you in my stream here in a little while.